He married my sister, now we're living together.
Roommates in
love. Okay, I like where you went there.
I was doing a little what's that guy's name?
Oscar the Grouch.
Oh no, I was thinking more like I see trees of green.
Oh,
Louis Armstrong.
that is Hank Williams.
I think it's Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, it's 100% Louis
Oh,
Armstrong.
I was like, really?
Like, oh shit! All right. It could also be Yoda. We could toss Yoda in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Roommates, you are.
Hey, that was pretty good. And then you kind of there's like a Yoda to Stitch to Gollum, very similar. But Ohana means family.
Yeah. They're all kind of in the same mix. But Tom, before we get going anywhere, we're not even roommates.
Oh no, shit, we're not even in-laws either.
Holy crap, we are good friends though.
Super good. Oh, did you see me just spill LaCroix right down my pants?
I mean, what we're 32 seconds in.
I'm already spilling on the equipment here.
Tom with a drastic mistake. We're matching shirts. We got the matching shirt boys in town. I hit up Tom.
That's our new name.
I actually mailed him that shirt. I was like, make sure you wear this thing for the fucking pod, Tom, so we look cool as shit.
Is yours like a dry fit thing too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty sexy look.
Yeah, we're keeping it dry. We're keeping it fit.
I see you're not in the regular studios. I'm here in Bleecker Street Studios per usual.
I'm out of
where's the young man?
I'm in my new bedroom. Clearly I've not put anything on the walls yet. I'm in Mid City, Los Angeles, Holt Avenue, Holt 45.
Coming at you live from Holt 45. Hold the phone, everyone. Tom's got a riff.
There we go.
Holy crap.
God.
Well, how's that? What do we got? I see the keyboard. I see what looks like a bed. What do we got? I see what looks like a bedside table. What do we got in here?
That's about what's in there so far. I'm not going to show you guys the floor because it's embarrassingly covered in clothes.
See, this is one of those memes where it's like, this is all it takes for a man to be happy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Or is it just like a lawn chair in front of a TV?
Yeah. I literally have a bed, 2 bedside tables, a keyboard, and my TV is on my bed right now. I'm mounting it after this.
Oh, so you're fresh into Holt.
Oh yeah, got here this week.
And the TV's on the bed?
Well, yeah, it was on the floor in the corner, and then I failed at mounting it yesterday. I brought this is a fun little moving situation. I made room in the car to bring the TV mount that I haven't used in like a year and a half or something.
Oh yeah.
And then I get here, I realize I bring a piece from 2 different TV mounts.
Well, that's not going to get it done.
So I put it on the wall yesterday, and it was rickety. And I was just like, we got to take this thing down. I didn't want to wake up in the middle of the night to just crash.
Just crashing, and you're like, well, I guess I got to buy another 38-inch TV.
It's 49 inches, dude.
Really? They come in 4? I thought they would have gone from 32 to 48 to 50.
I think it might be, maybe it's 48. Then.
Oh, it's like the 49er. That's no man's land.
Well, you can get them in San Francisco. There we go. Now we're cooking.
Now we're kind of off to the races, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I took a big sip of my drink because I didn't get it at first.
Really tough. Yeah. I know. Thank you for hanging me out to dry there. Hanging me out to dry fit. There we go.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
man. Holt Street's bringing out something in Tom that I'm a big fan of.
We are cooking.
I mean, my guy is 3 for 3. We just got on the pod.
What's
Tom,
going on?
I don't. New York City. Why did I move here? This city sucks.
Yeah, well, dude, so does LA. So let's meet you back in Chicago.
I mean, I miss Chicago every single day.
What? What's it got on you this week?
I mean, it's just so much. You just can't like go anywhere. It's like, okay, so how are we gonna let's spend? I got to take the L to the 1, and then I got to get off at the 1 near like 98th, and then I got to walk 14 blocks. And then you have to get on a pedicab and go back down 9th Street. And then you're at the tiki bar, and they don't even have the drink that you went there to get.
Which was a pina colada.
Which was a Tina. Yeah, they didn't even have it. Like, are you kidding me? I was like, do you even know what it took for me to get here?
You're like, I took 2 horse-drawn carriages to get here.
Like, you couldn't have told me before I left? You knew I wanted one?
when people like, I like when people try to casually say, because this is definitely a thing New Yorkers do when they try to like casually say how they're getting somewhere because it's like 4 different trains.
They like saying it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you just take the J over to the 1 and then you pop off at 14th and then you're just a quick walk over. It reminds me of that. We should stop quoting Dane Cook after his recent affairs, but it does remind me of like
After he married the love of his life. Sure, Tom.
yeah, who
Deny
was
someone's love.
16 when they met. It reminds me of the joke that's like when he's like you'll find Hank. He's in you'll see a guy in a yellow poncho. His name's Hank. He'll take you to the Whopper lair.
Yeah, dude. But there's always the douche that when somebody's going through that whole thing, they're like, actually, the J shut down this weekend. What you're gonna want to do is pop on the 1, get off. Like you have to jump off while it's moving, but still, you're gonna want to jump off on 34th Street. It's a miracle if you can get off of it. I'm like, okay, I just want to be able to walk down the street, Tom.
Yeah, well, move to Manhattan.
Remember in Chicago when you could just walk places and you were there? Or you could take a $6 Uber. You remember a $6 Uber, Tom?
I do remember that.
Remember in Chicago when it was like, hey, you want to come do the show in the burbs? And you're like, oof, it's an hour away.
Yeah.
This is just for like every day hanging out here.
Yeah. That's well, I don't know what's worse because in LA I drove 45 minutes to do a show the other day, but it was still in LA or whatever. But you have to drive everywhere.
Yeah, but at least you get the air conditioning. You get the radio. Pop a podcast on. I'm on the train,
but no drinking.
No drinking. Oh, right. Oh, please, you can drink and drive. It's LA. Just hit him with the classic. Do you know who I am? Right when you get pulled over.
Yeah, I'll do that. Here's the main. Dude, people drive like animals out here, and I don't know I don't know how to get anywhere. So I'm going full GPS everywhere, and people are just honking at me. And
you can't be out of the norm. I mean, Ubers are everywhere, right? Everybody's following an Uber GPS. Yeah,
but I'm getting honked at for sure.
Oh, come on. That's life in the big city.
I hate it.
They know you're new.
No, I'm liking it out here, to be honest. I will say, I think, well, maybe there are as crazy people in New York. There's definitely not in Chicago, but like some of like the characters you see at like the open mics here are
a different breed.
I mean, a real different breed. I got 2 yesterday that were just like, I'm just like, damn, this is kind of wild. I had one
Costumes?
guy who taught. I'm seeing a little bit of that, and I'm not as mad at that because it's almost like I'm like, all right, you're trying something artistically, like it's not going well, and it is rooted in insanity. But
sure.
Like, I kind of like watching some of that. It's like watching a car crash, you know.
You're like, there is an ethos behind this. It's just
exactly.
bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Okay. I don't think it'll ever really translate, but I appreciate the risk that you're taking.
Sure.
No, I'm talking more about like the one guy kind of like talking to me at a table, kind of about being full time, about how like being on the road is, it's hard being on the road so much because like you don't get as much reps in the city and then people don't know you as much. And he's like talking like he's like a big time comic. And I was like, the rat in my brain is like, should I know who this guy is? And like,
so you're chumming it up.
I mean, not more just like making small talk, but I'm kind of like engaging in conversation. And then right after the mic, I walk outside, throwing my headphones in, walking back to my car. I mean, this guy gets in a like Scooby-Doo van that is from 1919. I mean, it was like he started it up and it was like, like huge puff of smoke out the back. I mean, and it was like clear. I'm like, oh, so you definitely live in there.
100%. He tricked it out in the back.
I mean, it was like it was like one of those cars like out of a cartoon. It was like kind of bumping as he took,
Yeah.
Or like bouncing.
It's like Uncle Buck when the exhaust explodes and everybody thinks a gun went off.
Exactly. I'm standing there and it's just like there's powder all over my face.
His dog in the front seat's like, ruh-roh.
He just
also,
turns to me out the window.
Scooby-Doo pretty close to Yoda and Gollum. And
yeah, it's a cousin for sure.
I mean, these guys really figured out you can do that one voice and have a career for the rest of your life.
Boy, they got to get on 23andMe.
Yoda calling up Scooby Doo, like, I think we're either like cousins or
cousins. We are.
Yes. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see a bunch of like, because there's not many people in New York like LA. There's more room for like characters. Like LA comedy, I feel like is more driven to like it's more like personality driven.
Yeah.
Where New York is more of like actual stand up. Yeah.
Dude, come at my city one more time. I fucking dare you.
Come at Holt Street one more time.
I fucking dare you, dude. No, I got another fun one yesterday. This guy goes, I'm like standing in line to sign up for the mic at the Improv, and I'm standing there just minding my own business. And this guy comes up and talks to me and this other comic standing next to me, and she like engages him, and I'm just like ignoring him. And he's like, yeah, I think I saw your bit talking to her. I think I saw your bit about like, about being a lesbian. Like, I really liked it. He goes, couldn't identify with it, of course. But, which I was like, what a weird line.
She's like, oh, are you a lesbian too, old man?
It's like an old fat guy. And then he goes,
totally can't identify with that though.
He goes, where do you get up usually? And she's saying, whatever words. And she's like, how about you? I don't think I've seen you, is what she said. And he goes, yeah, I get up kind of a lot, but sometimes it's just in public.
What the hell does that mean?
She goes, well, like park shows. And he goes, sometimes I'll just like in a store, I'll do it.
Oh no. This is the classic. We can't say the name, but somebody started doing stand up on the train.
No.
Is it that? It's that. Oh, we know. Come on.
You know
exactly
yeah,
who
true.
this is.
Yeah. This seems less organized than that.
This is like he's shopping like for produce, and then he's like, "Oh, damn! Like this cucumber is pretty funny."
Like this produce section is kind of packed out right now.
I'm gonna do 5.
Like he literally said, mostly just in public, and then he goes, sometimes in stores, and then this is where it got sad and dark. He goes, yeah, I have like a 5 to 7 minute bit with my daughter. She's like 8, and we have a bit that we do in public.
Oh no!
And I was like, don't bring your daughter into this.
No,
dude.
She's damaged forever.
Yeah, my dad used to make me perform stand-up comedy in grocery stores.
Well, she's either going to be world famous,
yeah,
or she's gonna die in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah, it was it was hard for me not to jump in and just be like, hey, dude, you can stop.
You got to quit that. You got to stop that right now. But you do hear those stories of these people that were like born and bred in Hollywood. And they're like, oh yeah, my dad was a juggler. And I used to have to like come throw bowling pins at him in the middle of that. Was like a big part of his bit.
Yeah.
And then they're like some amazing actor because they're truly an insane person.
They're kind of traumatized into it.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, this kind of worked out. I don't know. I'm going to die at 31, but it's great.
Yeah. I mean, God, I'm thinking about just going around to comics like the way like Mormons do, but just instead of preaching about Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon, I'm going to tell them about other careers that they could do.
Like, have you ever considered a trade school? Have you ever thought about picking up a trade?
Have you heard the good word of our Lord
of welding,
Western Mutual?
I don't know if you've ever heard of TD Ameritrade, but they're turning out some absolute winners.
I know a guy that I could connect you with.
I mean, more people need to learn a trade. I'll say that.
That's true.
Some underwater welding. Those guys make decent coin, Tom.
Do they?
Pretty sure.
Wow, I live close to an ocean. Maybe I could do it.
There we go. I live pretty close to one too.
Yeah, you don't want to go in that one though.
Why not? No good?
I think like everything around New York, isn't it kind of gross? And it's like the Hudson, right?
Well, like get out a little bit further. The Hamptons, they got a beach there.
Oh, so you're trying to commute.
I'll just weld in the Hamptons. Well, I'll get a little bungalow in the Hamptons and I'll just start welding.
Buy a quick little spot.
No, I'll rent for a little while until I find till I get my bearings.
That's fair. Yeah. Dude, I got a cousin. I think it's my dad's cousin. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he's he lives out in LA, and he's a realtor here. And he always posts about. Is it first off when I moved out here? All my family was like, "Oh, are you gonna hit him up and ask him for help finding a spot?" He always posts about the places that he signs like tenants to on Facebook, and like median rent is like $23,000 a month.
And you're like, hey, I'm looking for like 700 to 900.
Do you have any of these houses in that range?
He's like, yeah, this is absolutely worth my time. Thanks for hitting me up, Thomas.
Yeah, good to see you. I've met you 4 times in my life.
Oh, so you guys aren't like boys? It's not weird that you didn't hit him up?
No, we like. Well, he knows I live here now, but we're not like super tight. We've seen each other like once a year for the last 5 years.
I don't know. It's kind of tight enough.
Well, I told him that I was here, but I didn't ask him to help me find a place because I know what he does for a living.
Well, I feel like in that situation, like he has to offer.
Yeah, I was definitely like, I haven't found an apartment yet.
Yeah, and he was like, sick. Good luck with that.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's crazy.
Have you ever heard of Craigslist.com?
Facebook Marketplace is a great spot.
Oh, Tom, I got had on Facebook Marketplace. Well, not had. I just didn't do my goddamn research. I had to buy a little desk. And I go to this place and I like, hey, yeah, I'll come pick it up tomorrow. I thought it was like I set my little parameter to like a mile away. It's like 2.5 miles away, and I gotta walk this thing back.
Oh, buddy.
I walked back over 2 miles with a desk.
with a desk. How bad were you sweating?
Brother, people could see me. I was like, I had to, you know, when you hit that point where that it's like when you break the seal drinking and you have to piss all the time. Like the first time I put it down, it was like every 10 steps after that, I had to put it down again. Yeah. It was brutal. I'm just standing there like in the middle of Bed-Stuy. People are like, look at this fucking idiot. It did feel like a New York thing though.
It does kind of just feel very New York.
Felt a little New York because everybody was like, look how miserable this guy is.
Yeah, he's finally as miserable as the rest of us. Welcome to New York.
Brother, I was hurting.
That is one of those. Again, I always feel like it's about to happen in New York where someone pulls up in a car and is like, welcome to New York, kid.
Hey, welcome to New York. And you're like, I would kind of love it if somebody would do that. I don't think I would ever leave. No. I just heard that one time.
Yeah, that's all I need. Man.
But then I kept thinking, I'm like, do I go to the train? I don't want to get on the train with this fucking thing.
Oh, no, that's way worse.
Right?
Yeah, it's way worse. You got to battle through. Just count it as a workout.
That's exactly what
yeah.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, dude, I'm doing that for everything. I'm counting putting together my bed frame as a workout.
And you're like, yep, that's definitely one.
Like, damn, good job, Tom.
That was 14 calories.
I worked out 5 times today. Just putting together bedside tables.
Oh, God. New York City. Hey, you know, I mean, this is a lame topic, but the weather's cooling off, and I feel a little mental stability coming back into my life.
Yeah, that New York gross trash heat that can drive some insane thoughts into there.
It'll drive you batty because I'm like, if I inhale trash or piss one more time, yeah. Like I don't think this isn't oxygen I'm inhaling. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how it's sustaining my life, but yeah. I think it's eroding my frontal lobe because I'm about to lose my shit on somebody.
Are you an outdoor jogger?
Not here. Let me tell you why. I like to outdoor jog, but I need more space because everything here is so grid oriented. I feel like I turn way more than I regularly would. Yeah. So in my brain, I think I've gone further.
Okay.
Because I'm like, well, I've turned 48 times. And then I looked at my thing. It's like, you've gone 0.4 miles.
You've circled the block.
I'm like, okay. So I just jump on the treadmill, get my fat ass going that way.
Okay. Yeah. I've been.
Let me guess. You're out in the perfect weather in LA with palm trees.
Yes, I am. No, we're having a heat wave this week, so it's been over 100, which sucks ass.
Oh, are you getting alerts to like turn your AC off
all the time? Yeah,
that's fucked up,
dude. It happened during the open mic last night, and it just sucked for the guy on stage. Everyone took their phone out at the exact same time.
It's like as if they weren't already not listening.
Yeah, he was already bombing pretty hard, and then everyone literally takes out their phone, and it's like, yeah, that's tough. That is a sign.
You know, at least they gave him a little excuse. He'd be like, I mean, I was getting to the good stuff, and then the fucking
we got an emergency alert.
Homeland Security tells me to turn my AC off,
and all the other micers are like, yeah, dude, I hate an emergency alert mid-set.
Mid-set, dude.
Also, everything's mid-set. They're 3-minute sets.
That happened at the Brea Improv, dude. I was opening for Joey Donuts. Mid-set, dude. Got an Amber Alert. It was my little sister. I didn't get off stage though. Man,
being on the road with Joey Donuts, that'll make you go nuts, dude.
Yes.
What do you think about, speaking of weather, what do you think about people using umbrellas for the sun?
Here's I have no idea if this is a race thing or not.
Uh-oh.
I have only seen Asian people do it.
Oh, I've seen a mix of people doing it out here.
Really? Everybody's it's kind of roasty toasty out there.
When I've been running up and I've been grabbing the umbrella and checking to see what race they are.
Nice.
Just qualitative research.
You just like click that thing, you know how like when somebody lets you into a bar, they click the thing.
Yeah, a little counter.
Yeah.
I've got I don't 8 counters on my waist just for each race.
And that's a white. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. You got to do what you got to do to survive out here, Tom.
I don't know why. That's why I posed the question, because I went to write it down because I noticed it like 5 times in one day, and it certainly makes me feel something. I don't know if it's hate though.
You got to do what you got to do.
One of the times it was like we were crowded. I was going into a little like kind of like mall area thing, and just like she kind of like almost hit me with it. And that's where I was like, it's not. It doesn't rain here. Why do you even own an umbrella?
Yeah, crowded areas, you got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's like if you got the big backpack that's coming way off of you, you maybe be a little more conscious
on the train
about how you're moving.
Yeah, when people swing that thing around.
You can't just whip around and hit me with your 48-pound backpack and then expect me not to be like, hey, what the hell, bro?
Yeah. No, I will not do that. If you hit me with
fair.
your backpack, I will not take a stance, probably.
Maybe a little self-awareness goes a long way, Tom.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I don't know.
All right.
I guess I agree with it.
Well, there you go.
I just realized I don't have a 0 of the week, I don't think, this week.
0 of the week. I was going to give myself 0 of the week, but now I can't remember why.
Dude, I think that about 8 times a week, but then I'm like, I've already done that to myself. I can't do it again. People are going to get worried.
Like, well, there's a real 0 move. What'd you do for Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day?
I was for Columbus Day this year. I did. I just honored our founder, Christopher Columbus, one of my favorite people of all time. Definitely
found this place on purpose and was a good man to everyone. I will not take the slander.
He was hospitable, I'll say.
Yeah, a lot of people would say that.
Yeah.
I spent the day going around putting the Confederate statues back up. I think it's bullshit that people were taking these things down, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, you're in New York. They always say never forget. What are we trying to forget about?
Interesting. Never forget. But then you want to take my boy down, General Lee. Trying to take down my goddamn heritage, Tom.
Oh man. Do you think General Lee ever started a speech by saying, generally speaking?
Oh no. Boy, I really hate how much I enjoy that.
Yeah, that'd be fun if like that was just his little bit.
And he kind of nudged his buddy next to him and they're like, still hits. Still hits.
Kind of slaps around. That's
generally speaking, they all get a nice chuckle and they're like, yeah, murder all those guys. Anyway, back to business. Yeah, murder all those people.
Oh, we've had our fun, huh?
That was a good time. How about a couple atrocities to round this day off?
Speaking of General Lee, this is the tough transition. I met famous comedian Bobby Lee at the world famous Comedy Store.
Did he show you his dick?
He didn't. I think he would have though. This man is insane. But he hit me with a pretty good burn. So we weren't like hanging out, but he was there. A bunch of us are sitting at a table. He comes over, hangs for a second, meets me for 2 seconds, and goes, "You know what? I keep thinking you're hot, and then I'll just see you from a different angle." And I'm like, "No, you're not." And then
that's interesting. I've never seen you from an angle where I thought you looked hot there, Bob.
Yeah. Dude, and I was just waiting to try to get him back. And then he goes into this story and he's like, yeah, so this was in 85 and I hit him with a classic. I've hit you with the same one a million times. He goes, this was in 85. I go, oh shit. So you were only like 42, 43 at that time. There it is. And he just stops the story. This is in front of like 10 people. And he just turns to me. He goes, is that what we're doing? Is this what we're doing? I like it. but only if I know this is what we're doing. And I was so scared.
You're like, no.
No, I was like, oh, we're doing it. And then he just kept coming by. He would just walk by the table at certain points and go, yeah, not hot.
This rips. I gotta hand it to you, Tom. Kind of a ballsy move.
What, trying to trip him back?
Well, yeah, with a bunch of people around.
Yeah, but he got a laugh. So
well, here's the cue. How are your numbers looking as far as the friend group was going?
Well, I don't think I had a couple close friends.
There we go.
But then also like a couple people that like other open mic comics. It's not like I'm doing this in front of all the store regulars.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, if you were hitting him with that right in front of all of his boys, I'm like, I don't know who you are, Tom, but I love it.
It's me, Bobby Lee, Sebastian Maniscalco, Andrew Santino, Whitney Cummings. It was kind of a
and you're like, check this shit out, Theo Vaughn.
No, it was like Bobby Lee stopping by the young comics table to be like, all right, you youngins.
Right. Okay. Still, kudos.
It was, dude, he came at me out of nowhere. Like literally hadn't even met him yet.
For no reason at all. You kind of love to see it. Hey, you just made an ally.
I hope. I saw him about 2 nights later and he just goes, what's up, Chicago? And I was like, hey, what's up, Bobby? And he goes, bitch, and walked away.
That's an ally, Tom.
Yeah, that's a friend in comedy.
That's definitely a friend in comedy. I got to start calling more people a bitch.
I think that's what we lead with from now on.
What's up, bitch? Boy, bitch is such a great word.
I wish it didn't have really such negative. But I wish that it didn't suck.
Well, like you wish like the bros hadn't really taken it over for such a long time.
Like it really was derogatory towards women for such a long time. And it still is. If someone like you ever see someone seriously call a woman a bitch, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Well, when they really get there, it's never just bitch. It's always fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You never hear just like you're a bitch. It's always you're a fucking bitch. And you're like, ooh, there's a devil inside of that man right now. Holy shit.
That's I've talked about this a lot. It's like such a great word if it wasn't
an unbelievable word. Yeah. Because it's just the way you can really hit that B and then the
it's a gift to consonants.
Yeah, it's a real song of a word. But then you have all these guys now they call their friends a bitch, and then it just boy, just a real nice hey bitch.
Yeah, there's not a great substitute for it that isn't a worse word.
Yeah, I think we both know the word we're thinking of.
Exactly.
And I was wondering if you were going to say it.
I will not.
It also has a couple of nice hard sounds in there.
Exactly.
But, I don't know if the roommates are going to like that too much.
No,
but
that's not really our vibe.
But you know what else I really like? I love a nice horse shit.
Horse shit is very fun. Dog shit
hits really hard.
Yeah.
I just love
I feel like you say dog shit in your act.
I think I do.
Yeah. I was writing a joke the other day, and there was a line that I was like, God, I feel like someone has this. So I didn't feel comfortable saying it. And I realized it's from your act.
Jesus Christ. What was it?
It was I was writing the joke about the cynical third grader on the playground and about yelling at the recess monitors, telling him to put his cigarette out. And I was like, I really want to say, why don't you go solve a real crime? And I was like, I feel like I've heard that before. Oh yeah, Tom, I've only heard it 700 times.
If you would have clipped that up and put it on the internet, oh my God, I would have burned the World Wide Web to the ground. I would have gone to the offices of the World Wide Web.
That might be like a first 5 jokes of yours that I had ever heard.
I mean, absolutely. That's been in there for a minute.
Yeah, don't worry. It didn't get past my bedroom, but I was for a second. I was like, did I come up? Yeah, I think I came up with. No.
That's the worst feeling in the world when you're like, ooh, that's kind of fun. And then you spend 4 seconds thinking about it and you're like, oh no, it's one of my really good friends' jokes.
Well, it's catchy because you've heard it so many times.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like, ooh, why does that flow so well? It's like, oh, because I'm used to it.
Yeah. Oh well, it's a good line.
It's a great line, dude. If you ever retire it, let me know.
Oh, trust me. When I become an Allstate agent, you can have whatever you want. 10 out of 10 crowd work, that's yours.
Oh, good, dude. I've only used that once, so
man, that hit
that you've been in the room for.
You know what else? You know what else has been working really hard? I think people like it when you address something, like when it's
Sure.
like okay, shut up. Maybe that was
what a genius take.
oh boy. Oh boy. Oh,
I'm glad you leaned back in the chair for that.
I've been dodging dog shit out here in Bushwick all day just to come step in a huge pile on the pod.
I think people, they like when you talk about a topic.
Okay.
I'm gonna
All
go
right,
out
Tom,
on
a
a
swing
limb.
and a miss. It was a swing and a miss.
Sorry.
I was trying to get into this whole other thing. Oh,
Yeah, what was
God.
it?
Well, now I don't even want to say it.
No, you have to say.
What I meant was maybe I didn't phrase it perfectly.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think people like it when you use words to form a sentence.
I'm like, can you please get on Instagram Live and talk about this really close to the camera? Take your shirt off too. Get really serious. Maybe have a cigar.
Oh, God damn it. But I think people,
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I think people like, well, let me just say what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to phrase it that isn't any more idiotic than what I just did. Like I've been like, and I've been kind of intentionally doing it because I really whiffed one time with some crowd work, and it just went nowhere. It was just one of those things where I'll be talking about being from the South, and I'd be like, anybody from the South in here? And somebody's like, woo, right here. And I'm like, oh, nice. Where are you from? And they're like, Georgia. And I just have nothing to say about Georgia.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like be quiet and just sit in it for a moment. And I was like, hey, guys, like that crowd work? And that just pops.
Yeah, that's fun.
And that gets a really nice
fun.
pop every time. So I think people like when you address the elephant in the room, Tom.
There it is.
If you'd have let me finish my genius statement.
Well,
what did I say? Address a topic?
I think you said address something. People like when you address something. Like that's just talking. That's what talking is.
There is not a phrase that is more vague than that. Really nailed it. Yeah, I'm a wordsmith over here, guys. I write
Tim
stand-up comedy.
Wordsmith over there.
Jesus Christ, that stunk. But so that's the move I've been doing. I've been kind of doing it on purpose a little bit now, and it's fun.
Yeah,
because people are like, oh, okay, this guy's a goof. He's willing to like goof on himself.
Yeah.
So then I think they're willing to like let me go on some other things where I get maybe a little bit, I don't know, meaner. Mean's not the word. I'm a sweet man.
Yeah, you're a very sweet and genuine man up there.
Just the sweetest. I've been accused several. That's how people are bringing me up on stage. Give it over the sweetest man in New York City.
Oh yeah, that would mean the least funny.
Oh my God.
If someone brought you up like that.
Oh my God. I'd just leave the venue. I would never do stand up again.
Speaking of people being mean, people will go so far out of their way to not just give you a normal compliment on the internet, especially. I'm getting these comments that people want to be like, oh, you look like if so and so and so and so had a baby. And I'm like, those are two guys. It wouldn't even make sense. But I got one the other day that was like, hey, you look like an off-brand store. I heard it goes off-store brand, which doesn't even make sense. Off-store brand of a young Kurt Russell from Overboard. I'm like, what is?
It's just way too many things.
Like,
it's way too many.
Yeah.
This is like when somebody's like, hey, yeah, you know my cousin's it's like her friend's boyfriend's dad. And you're like, whoa, wait. My brain is completely shut down when you said that.
Yeah.
You're an off-store brand of a young Kurt Russell from a specific movie.
From Overboard that I've never even heard of.
No, that sucks.
I didn't even realize Kurt Russell had like such a young actor career. I thought he was only an old actor.
What? Kurt?
Yeah.
World famous movie star?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, we've gone over it a million times, and I hate to belabor the point, but you have got to watch more movies.
Well, maybe when I mount my TV tonight, then I can watch movies.
You won't. I swear to God, if you watch Training Day, we're going to do an entire episode about Training Day.
We should do a live episode where I watch Training Day. That'd be real fun for the viewers. I think they would tune in.
It's just us not saying anything for 2 hours and 18 minutes. And we're like, that part was sick.
I just leave after 10 minutes and it's you fuming the rest of the time.
You're like, this is fine. I'm going to go watch Gold Bond.
This is
Gold
good.
Bond, Goldeneye. What
Gold Bond.
what was that movie called? Kurt Russell and what?
Overboard.
Overboard. Let's see what this guy looks like.
But like, also, if you're going like young Kurt Russell, you could just say young Kurt Russell.
All you gotta do is say young Kurt Russell.
You don't have
also
to say off-brand or
You just-
off-store brand or whatever.
well, no, he's trying to do the insult, so you have to go. Well, all you do is this is like off-brand Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
You don't. He got way too specific.
Yeah. And then I responded. I think I said something along those lines, like that was I had to Google that whole sentence or something like that. And he was like, dude, honestly, meant it as a compliment.
Okay, so he's even dumber than we thought.
Yeah. Well, it's like a classic case of like, oh, if I'm messaging a comic, I have to be funny.
Yeah, people have to stop doing that. It's none of your sarcasm or your like pithy bullshit comes through in text.
It doesn't hit.
It just makes you look like a petty idiot.
Yeah.
And honestly, this guy's not wrong. I'm looking at Kurt Russell and Overboard, and there's a couple of photos where I'm like,
Let's see it. Will you hold it up to the screen?
well, let's see. Let's find a good one here.
Yeah, thank you. You just put one up where he looks like shit.
I mean, that's not far off.
All right. I'll take that, first of all.
Well, it's off brand, so let's not get too let's not jerk you off a little too much here, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, you look like off-brand Kurt Russell in the 1987's all Overboard, and that one scene where it's like, shut up.
Dude, I've been seeing people do that on stage more than ever before out here. I might just open with that now. Yeah, I get that I look like an off-store brand version of young Kurt Russell in Overboard.
Wouldn't it be a bummer if the crowd just exploded?
Yeah.
It just hit so hard.
I hire this guy to write for me.
You're instantly passed at wherever you are.
God. No, because people have been doing that so much out here.
Dude, it would kind of be an amazing alti bit if you just really got way too far, like way too deep with it.
If you like I get that I look like a young off-store brand version of young Kurt Russell and Overboard, but like if he had drank a little bit more, and also like if he had a worse, not quite as good of a childhood career, but a good one.
But a pretty good one, right?
This guy knows what I'm talking about. High five him.
You just start doing Tim Heidecker. You're just doing
Yeah.
all the hackiest comedy bullshit. That one would be fun. Try to do that. That would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
So these mics you're doing, you're micing a lot. These are all club mics, right?
Those are really the only mics I'm hitting right now.
I feel like that. I feel like there's probably a higher concentration of crazy that shows up to the club mic versus the independent mic, because you have the people in their brains going, well, if they just see me.
That's what I'm doing.
No. But you know what I'm saying? It's the guy dressed up as a bird
no.
who like spent the last 8 hours gluing feathers to his face, where he's like, but once they see my bird material, then it's to the moon, babe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that level of delusion is only multiplied because, especially out here, that's why you don't see it quite as much in Chicago, but like out here, it's like David Spade is on the billboard or whatever for tonight's show, so it's like to them, it's like, well, this is where famous comedians perform.
Well, also there's like all those stories that melts everyone's brain about like this one guy. That's how this guy saw him. He just saw him at an open mic. Yeah,
she happened to be in the back of the room when Rodney was on stage, or something like that. And it's there's a lot of that out here. I think there's a lot of that in New York too, but there is people just tell me like, I just need I've had this a few times. I just need someone to take me on the road, like stuff like that. And I'm like,
huh?
God, you all just heard Mark Norman's story where Schumer brought him on the road. That's all it is.
Yep.
Like,
are those guys are LA guys fans of like the New York guys, like the Normans, Morels, the Lists?
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think in a bigger way, like it seems further away.
Well, yeah, they're more of like a novelty to those guys, where here everyone just like does shows with them.
Yeah.
That's probably a good point.
It's a weird group of people out here, but the mics, I mean, they're not, you don't treat them like open mics, like workshopping materials. It's like if you get up at the club mics, you're bringing the heat.
This is where you're doing heat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of an audition than
It
anything,
is,
right?
Because the
Yeah.
bookers
Yeah.
all watch the mics, which is
That's kind of
insane.
huge. It's enormous.
It's huge. Just this woman, God bless her. She watches a 2-hour mic every Tuesday and Wednesday.
I mean,
Improv.
she better be making $287,000 every 6 months to do that. Oh my God.
When you said $287,000, did you realize per year wasn't enough?
Correct.
You were like, let's times that by 2.
Well, then I was like, and then a month is too much. We'll do a semi-annual.
Where are you landing on this one?
I mean, that's just 4 hours of open mics.
I think I kind of watched her yesterday. She's not like sitting there like watching,
scribbling notes down. Yeah.
No, she's doing work. Like she's on her computer, but I feel like she just like
She's listening for laughs and
you
paying
can just
attention.
hear. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this person's all of a sudden crushing
And the room is packed.
with comics. But yeah, it is. When she's in there, everyone's well behaved too. People do laugh.
Damn, that's the move.
It's just so hard to get up at. They probably put up 25 people, and there are 70 people in the room. So the odds that your name gets drawn are just low.
And is this going back to the thing where it's like the guy that he's just drawing his friends and shit?
Yeah, that was the first time. It depends on the host. The first time I was there, that's absolutely what was happening. Last night was fair.
How do you know though, Tom?
I don't.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're too green for LA, Tom.
Yeah, everyone's taking advantage of me.
Too sweet, too green.
I'm just a guy, just a kid with a dream.
Kid with a dream, just a crazy 21-year-old kid.
And I keep telling everyone that, and no one seems to be inspired to help me. I keep saying, "Hey, I'm a kid with a dream, and I'm 21 years old."
None of you came out here for the reasons that I came out here.
See, I know you guys all had an idea of what this was, but I actually knew what this was.
But like, it's different for me. That's what's such bullshit when people like, you see these interviews with people that are like wildly successful. And they're like, well, no, I just knew that I could do that. You're like, yeah, but so did 600,000 other people. It just worked for you.
Yeah. Well,
So, like,
there are some people you meet that have like way more doubt about like about like the career and stuff. And I'm like, well, you do need to have a little bit of faith that you can stick with this.
Well, sure, but I at least appreciate somebody that's not like fully like, oh, I just knew it was always going to work out.
No, it's typically like the successful people are like, they have that little bullshitty thing, but then it's like, oh, and then you also like busted your ass for 20 years
and worked hard and like went to Juilliard.
Yeah.
That helped a lot.
Oh, and your parents are Harrison Ford and Julia Roberts. I don't think they have kids.
Here's a fun fact about Harrison Ford.
Oh, shit.
He didn't even get his start in the movies until he was 63 years old.
I thought it was later 60s.
Well, that was his first breakout role. I'm talking about when he first got his like.
He was getting like guest star roles and stuff. 63, 64.
Starting to do some extra work, starting to get little like recurring roles.
And then Han Solo in Star Wars, that was he was 68.
Yeah, and that was his first. That's when everybody was like, "Oh shit, this guy is like actually a good actor."
And he didn't do Indiana Jones until he was 75. So I mean.
Shout out to those makeup artists because you really can't even tell. He looks like a guy in his late 20s, early 30s at the worst.
He looks spry.
And that was a 75-year-old man.
Yeah.
Running away from a giant boulder.
Well, he wakes up every day at 4 a.m. He works out. He prays. He eats breakfast, takes his kids to school. He has young children, too.
Well, he also manifests. He's a big guy on like manifesting and vision boards. And he visualizes the future and then he attacks it.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody knows that these little runoffs that we do are sarcastic at all?
I hope no one thinks they're real. Someone's just ferociously Googling Harrison Ford right now.
There's just no way that's true. There's just no fucking way.
God.
Boy, speaking of Juilliard, you haven't seen this movie, but I rewatched Good Will Hunting yesterday. I mean, my God in heaven.
I've seen Good Will Hunting, but I actually have not seen it in a very long time. But I have seen it.
That is just, I mean, if you're not crying at least 3 times in that movie, I got news for you. You're a crazy person.
How quickly into that movie are you crying?
It takes a minute. It takes a minute because the relationship between Robin Williams and Matt Damon, that
has to develop.
It has to build. And then also the relationship with Matt Damon and what's her name? Minnie Driver?
Yes. Winnie Driver? Minnie Driver.
Minnie?
Minnie.
Marnie?
Minnie. No, it is Minnie.
But is it Driver?
Yeah.
But then their relationship and then the end, it's just pretty much the last hour of it. It's just a boo-hoo fest for the kid.
Well, yeah, everyone's seeing their relationship with their dads and with their mentors in that relationship between Robin and Ben Affleck.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I mean,
Ben Affleck.
that's that Robin Williams. He can really act, Tom.
He had some skills.
I mean, good God.
He was a joke theft, but he was a joke thief.
Bit of a joke thievery, yeah.
Yeah.
But he would jack your joke and then cut you a check for like 10 grand. So
he would?
Oh, there's like stories of that all over the place.
Oh, I didn't know he was paying people.
Well, he would like do the joke and then be like, "Oh, if it fuck," and because he was just so blown out on coke. Apparently, he was just like, he didn't have like a set he was doing, so he was just up there being crazy. And then he says the young man's joke about World War II or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Hey, dude, like, fucking really worked hard on writing that joke." And he's like, "How about 10 G's?" And you're like, "That shit's yours, Robin. You're the man."
I never even wrote that.
Actually, now that you said, I remember you writing that. You're a genius, Robin.
Damn.
So that.
Yeah, the king,
the hairy-armed king.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on an hour here. We got 5 or so minutes here.
Dang.
What'd you get? Wait, you didn't tell me what you did on Labor Day.
Labor Day. Let's see. What?
Because you didn't. I just want to clarify. You didn't go around putting back up Confederate statues. We never cleared that up.
I did have a lengthy argument with a lot of people on Twitter about that they should be put back up, but no, I did not actually get around to doing it. Let's see. Labor Day weekend, kept it in the pocket Friday, kept it in the pocket Saturday, kept it in the pocket Sunday, got absolutely shit-faced on Monday.
Uh-oh.
Like it was amateur hour, Tom.
During the day or nighttime?
Nighttime.
Uh-oh. Didn't you work on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, how was that?
It was horrible. What the hell did I do that for?
Yeah, you could have done that on Friday. You would have been smooth sailing rest of the weekend.
Could have been, but I was like, you know what? I don't feel like do it. For some reason, I go meet up with Jeff and Drago and Toller and Matt and Tucker and Lizzie came with and Aaron came, and it was just too much of a crew. And then bada boom, bada bing, I'm waking up at 8:15 in a full panic.
Oh God.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that should have been earlier in the weekend. I did that on Saturday, but then had 2 days to. Dude, here's the thing. I honestly forgot it was Labor Day weekend. So Sunday, I didn't realize I didn't have shit to do on Monday, and it was kind of I need to do that every Labor Day.
Oh, what? Get housed on Saturday?
Well, no, just try not to remember that it's Labor Day. Realizing that I was off work and everything on Sunday.
Oh, baby.
It was a game changer.
A little gift from God that got handed down to you there, Thomas.
Yeah.
I knew fully that I had off. I knew the entire time.
God.
Monday night, Tom?
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know. I was very upset with myself. I still am a little bit.
Was it a fun time, though?
Had a gay old time. Just, really riffing it up with the fellas. A lot of good laughs, good friends. But, Tim.
You know what, dude? You know what a group of friends really likes? It'll get a big laugh. When
Shut up, Tom. Shut up, Tom. Boy, I saw that coming from 6 miles away.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of something in there.
God damn it. That is. All right. Join the Patreon. It's Patreon / addressing a topic.
Oh, God. Saturday,
Christ.
I had kind of like a class. I wasn't going to talk about this because nothing crazy happened, but I had like a classic like comedy hang. It was like fun. We were just at the Comedy Store. We all just drink until it closed, 2 a.m. And then I was like, everyone's getting ready to go home. Everyone's calling Ubers. Someone throws out there like, you guys want to go to Cantor's? It's like a 24-hour deli / diner.
Ooh.
And of course, I just love when a whole group buys in. Like we all were like calling Ubers, like we're leaving.
Cancel.
The whole group just buys in. We got like 3 tables at this diner. Just so much fun. Like I got a just dog shit order. I ordered a California burger at 3:30 in the morning.
Well, what the hell is that? Is that like a vegan burger?
No, just a huge cheeseburger with avocados on it. But it was like it's just a burger order that you got to go breakfast food.
Breakfast order. Yeah.
Or it's like a deli too. So like everyone else got like the pastrami sandwich and it looked incredible. And I was like, damn it.
I don't know. Burger order, a drunk burger. That's nothing wrong with a drunk burger.
It's fine. I ate it. This guy was incredible. He was our waiter had a fedora on and he was like this old guy.
Yes.
And one of the guys at our table goes, I'm gonna do the pastrami sandwich. Can I get that rye bread toasted? And he just goes, he stops, looks up, and he goes, we make that rye bread fresh every day, and we don't toast the rye.
Yes. Boy, there is no one in the world I respect more than someone at a restaurant that does not bend.
And they got like a huge laugh at our table, and he was not joking.
Oh, I just absolutely love that. I love it when people take it that seriously. There was this little Italian place in Louisiana that we would go to, and if you asked for what was it? It was like, yeah, can I get the cheese on the side, whatever it was, and they would just look at you like, absolutely not.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Never ask us that again, or don't come here. And I was like, yeah, yes.
That happened at an Italian place in New York with my mom. She ordered chicken parm and it just came chicken parm, no noodles. But like in the Midwest, like all Chicago Italian places, chicken parm always comes over.
Always with a noodle, yeah.
And so we asked for noodles, and the guy was like a little annoyed. Yeah.
Yes. He's like, you Midwestern fuck.
Yeah.
Get out of my goddamn country. I love it. I love it when somebody at a restaurant is just mean to you a little bit, because it's like they stand by their product.
Yeah, and that aggression, like honestly. So he goes, we don't toast the rye, so aggressively, and the guy was like, all right. If he had been like, we don't usually toast the rye, I think he would have been like, well, will you please do it?
Yeah.
You know, but because it was so aggressive, it just worked. And he was like, okay,
like, no,
I guess I'll take your word on it. Also, it's 4 a.m. That bread is not fresh. It's 24 hours old.
Absolutely not fresh. But hey, this is what you guys got out of it. What you got out of it is a new inside joke.
Yeah. Every time.
We don't toast the rye. You're going to be saying that for 10 years.
It's a great point. Wow.
See?
I love inside jokes. Would love to be a part of one.
Love to be a part of one.
Shout out Michael Scott. You guys should go check out his show.
Check out Steve Carell. Check out his body of work. Good
He's
actor.
Got some good stuff. Yeah.
Good comedic actor. Leave out Evan Almighty. That one sucks.
That one was seemed like a cokehead decision to make that. Like that was like it was like Bruce Almighty. Someone had recently watched Bruce Almighty, but had forgotten that they watched it.
And they were like, whoa.
I have a great idea.
What if we named him Evan? Such a dog shit movie. But yeah, Steve Carell is the man. Hit up. He doesn't have any comedy specials out currently. If you're looking for comedy specials, go for Joe List.
Yeah, I told Steve he should put an hour together, and he was like, "All right, I'll think about it."
He's working on some other projects. He just
he won't tell me anything.
Well, his latest Hulu project just came out.
What's it called?
I think it's called The Therapist or the Counselor.
I love that. That's such a Hollywood gross thing to say. Like call everything projects.
Yeah, I got a couple of projects cooking. And you're like, it's just a podcast with you and your friend.
Yeah, or it's a major film.
Yeah,
when TV stars say that, they're like, "Yeah, I'm working on a couple projects." I'm like, "Well, it's with Chris Pratt." So,
like, it could either be some art house like little play they're doing in a black box, or it could be a $700 million movie that Michael Bay is directing. A little something cooking.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, Tom, where are you gonna be coming up?
When this comes out on Thursday tonight, I'm in Venice at Abbott Kidding. Tomorrow, Friday the 9th, if you're in LA, come to my house.
Holt Drive.
Holt 45. Come through. We're doing a house show. Did I tell you what the premise of the show is?
Stand-up comedy.
Oh, it could be a huge fail. Yeah, it is stand-up comedy, but with a twist, which is always good.
I love a gimmick. I know me, Tom. I love a gimmick.
So basically, we're doing an outdoor show and an indoor show at the same time. Mm-hmm. Comics do both shows, And then afterwards, it's a huge party in the yard, and the comics vote on a panel which show was better, and then that winning show gets a prize.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
So where else are you going to be, Tom? What else you got going on?
Don't take the wind out of my sails right now. We've already sold all the tickets.
No, it'll be fun. How many tickets did you sell?
I think we're like at 50 out of 80 right now, so we're getting there.
That'll be a juiced up crowd. You got any friends on the show?
It'll be fun. Yeah, it's Luke Moniz, Laura Peak, Molly Carney's on it. I haven't seen Molly yet.
Molly rips.
Molly's the best. Who else is on it? I don't know. My roommate, Brett Dodenhoff, Brett the Lorax on TikTok. I don't know why I'm doing this. Anyways, after that, next week I'll be in Fort Collins, Colorado at the Comedy Fort Thursday through Saturday. And then St. Louis the week after that at St. Louis Helium. That is in a mall. And if you're around there anywhere, please come because it's really dark to bomb in a mall.
At least you go get some Dippin' Dots after.
Yeah. Last time I was there, it was still pandemic-y, and the mall was closed during the comedy shows.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It was so dark, dude. You walk out of there and just like metal gates everywhere. There's one way out.
Oh, that hurts so much. Hey, we have no, we don't. We do. We have a sketch coming out on Friday.
Oh, yes. We have a great one coming out tomorrow.
Oh, it's one of my
And will you please share it and
share it. Comment on it. Tell us you enjoy it in the comments. Stop sending me DMs.
Yes, the DMs are not useful. Sometimes I get texts, which is even less useful because it's completely off the platform.
Why are you sending me a text saying, hey, dude, killer sketch? Put it in the comments.
Say it publicly. Say it with your face.
Jesus Christ. Don't be a coward.
Where are you at?
This weekend, I'm being a full rat around New York City.
It's the only way to do it.
I'm just being a rat pig. Have some fun stuff coming up with the great Jeff Asmus. We'll be in Manchester. We'll be in Portland. We'll be in Boston. We'll be all over the fucking Northeast.
Let's go.
That'll be a gay old time. That's all in October. And then the week before all of that, guess who's sleeping on my couch?
Oh, me.
The youngest man of all time.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. What a weird question to ask.
Oh, this will be fun. We got to do a bunch of live pods.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that'll be
from the couch. We'll just start when I'm asleep. You wake me up with the pod.
Tom, we're roommates.
Oh yes.
That will slap around. Anywho.
All right.
Share it, toss us a like, toss us a comment, toss us a review, tell your best friends. I mean,
come see us live. We love you.
See us. Bye.
Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates in